PowerView Corporation Canada provides complete range of monitoring solutions for all substation or power plant elements in a single software solution. All the monitoring devices are wireless, and one router is typically sufficient for harvesting all the data from your 1,000 substation monitoring devices. For hydro and turbo generators monitoring, we provide monitoring of electrical, magnetic and mechanical parameters such as absolute vibrations with FFT analysis, relative vibrations, leakage current for insulation problems assessment, stator temperature, partial discharges and rotor flux. Our monitoring solution for power transformer includes DGA monitoring, bushings monitoring, tangent delta, capacitance, phase angle and imbalances, PD monitoring, voltages, currents and power factors monitoring, optical windings temperature assessment, moisture, fault gases monitoring in OLTC chamber, UHF PD monitoring, vibrations monitoring with modeling, core, and insulation leakage currents. For circuit breakers, we can provide leakage current monitoring and insulation assessment, SF6 gas quality assessment and leakage detection and vibrations signature monitoring. Our monitoring solutions for substation batteries provide ripple current for charger problems detection, which will deteriorate battery lifetime, cell or segment voltages for bad cell on time removal before it destroys the complete string, cell temperature monitoring for sulfation and thermal runaway detection, and explosive gases monitoring for increasing safety and detecting issues. The PowerView Complete Substation Thermal and Corona UV and IR can monitor all substation elements such cable joint, knife contact, high voltage switchgear contacts or copper platoon connection point, cable connectors, copper connections, switch contacts, reactors, capacitors, arc suppression coil, insulators, VTs, CTs, power transformers, circuit breakers, bushings, insulators, etc. The temperature and corona on each element are trended individually so faults can be detected in the earliest stages. The faults caused by overheating of electrical equipment or materials are mostly related to large current due to insulation failure, bad contacts, poor craftsmanship or material imperfection, etc. Corona problems are generally related to insulation's degradation, geometrical deformations, surface contamination, and low clearance. Our compact monitoring solution for motors monitors absolute vibrations with FFT analysis, leakage current for insulation problems assessment, stator temperature, bearing temperature, load current level and signature analysis for turn-to-turn fault detection. For large motors, we can additionally provide relative vibrations, partial discharges, and rotor flux. The wireless high voltage cables monitoring can monitor sheath cable leakage current monitoring with harmonics analysis, and for UHV cables we can provide PD monitoring and temperature monitoring. Our monitoring solution for surge arresters, disconnecting switch and overhead lines can monitor leakage current monitoring, harmonics analysis and insulation, temperature, and corona wirelessly. For instrument transforms we can monitor insulation media SF6 quality or oil DGA monitoring, leakage current, temperature and corona monitoring. Our solution for wind generators can wirelessly monitor leakage current and load current monitoring, temperature monitoring on bearings, gearboxes, generator core, insulation assessment, vibrations with FFT analysis. Our transformer core test and inspection robot can make faux service estimation in just couple of hours on site without complete oil drain or shipping to service. It is the first test robot which pinpoints and evaluates transformer PD and hotspots, making it possible to make right service decision with significant savings and reduced risk. The expectations on the power network reliability is higher than ever. The transition from fossil to green and gas issues have skyrocketed energy and components prices. The increased demand for components has tripled delivery periods, so most companies are focusing on improving maintenance and fault prevention strategies in order to prevent the popping problems from escalating. The way substations were built and maintained has changed over the years. It went from simple substations with reactive maintenance as a problem occurred. It evolved proactive maintenance. Periodical inspections. Tests performed on periodical basis and monitoring devices which measure asset conditions in real time so faults can be detected in their earliest stage. As test instruments and monitoring devices evolved so much that tons of data from electrical testing, various other inspections such as thermal, corona, visual inspections, and tons of data from monitoring devices are harvested every day. Analyzing all this data for all the elements of the substations can be quite challenging. Companies are facing challenges organizing this data and putting this data into good use. This is called predictive maintenance. Of course, all data should be analyzed, such as electrical tests, monitoring, visual, thermal and corona inspections for the most comprehensive asset assessment. Substation Digital is free software that analyzes and manages all this. A digital version of each substation element is created in this web-based software with all relevant parameters such as voltage levels, connection type for transformers, tap positions and other important elements from the nameplate and FAT report. Based on this, the software creates digital model, out of several millions available, which has all the relevant electrical inspection list, with individual parameter trending and report and various alarm limits for each tested parameter according to international standards. They are arranged in bays as in normal substations. The status on each bay and each substation and each high voltage element is presented on the dashboard with separate statuses. Substations operators are given different testing and inspections permissions as they normally have in daily operation. An employee can just have visual upload access, which will give him the authorization just to upload pictures and mark problems from the mobile app. Another can have access to change the inspection lists and help, which are preset in the app for each element. One can have authorization just to perform electrical tests on one element, one particular test, or all tests on all elements. It is fully customizable. Data can be sharing is fully customizable. Performing an electrical test. Just drag and drop the test report into the software and all the data is being processed, analyzed, alarms calculated and trend represented on each of the tested features. It is not obligatory to do all tests on all particular elements, and the application will remind you on the testing due of the upcoming test. Electrical test. Visual, thermal and corona inspections is also possible from the mobile app. When new element is created, the software automatically generates QR code, which is usually printed on the HV asset. The operator just scans this QR code, and he has the option with a single click to select what kind of inspection he is performing. Electrical test results can be uploaded manually or automatically by the app. Visual, thermal and corona inspections also start with the QR code scan. Just upload picture, mark the problems and comment. It is conveyed immediately. All alarms are displayed to operators with permissions to view and analyze results. There is a meeting tool and most advanced remote support tool in the software. All electrical tests are being analyzed with artificial intelligence, and final recommendations on further tests is given by the software automatically. The algorithms of the software will also give useful tips that you can check that might have affected the accuracy of your measurement based on the entire results of this high voltage element. More than 3,000 monitoring devices from various manufacturers can be connected wirelessly into the software. This software belongs to international non-profit organization. The plan is to further extend this number, so it becomes compatible with all test instruments and monitoring devices from all manufacturers. The software also analyzes monitoring devices' data and compares them to the preset limit and gives recommendations and asset risk assessment. By analyzing all data, the preventive maintenance can turn catastrophic failure into a relatively cheap repair. It can minimize downtime and help service planning, keep all data organized, reduce human error, enhance experts' remote support and improve practices and maintenance in general, save money on expensive monitoring installations, help decision-making in both critical and daily operation, and provide enough time for the operators to devote to problem solving.